Hello, I'm here today to talk to you about the district vision points. So first of all, I'll go through the district vision points, touch some highlights on them, and then after that I will go over some highlights as an entire district and some things that we could consider for improvements on the district vision points. So first, I'll start off with communication and collaboration. Okay, those are the two biggest ones that I feel are incorporated the most often in classrooms. So if I were walking through classrooms, I feel like communication and collaboration are two that I would see a lot throughout my day um, here at Van Meter. I do think that in the last 3 years since I've been here, the strategies for how communication and collaboration should look have improved tremendously. Rather than just constantly giving group presentation after group presentation, the students are effectively communicating and collaborating with one another to a higher degree of competency than they were originally when I first got here. The second one I'll talk about is grit. Grit is the one that I think if you talk to any student in the school and ask them what are some of Van Meter's district vision points, they would say grit as their number one response. I would say about 75% of the kids would say that, just because that is the one that is talked about the most and students have the most familiarity with that word, that one specific word. Now, as far as the students' understanding of grit, I do think that they know exactly what it is, what it's defined as. I think that they know how to incorporate it into their life, but I also feel like some of our students, especially in the high school level, do not do a good job of truly demonstrating grit. For instance, we have a bit of what I would call a procrastination problem here at Van Meter. Some kids put things off until the very end of the semester, and that is where you see a lot of grit being demonstrated there, just because it's crunch time and they have to have those assignments done. So grit is one that I feel like kids can define well and know exactly what it means, but they don't exactly implement it into their daily lives necessarily. The third one, well, I guess it's the fourth one, but the third one I'm going to talk about is adaptation. Okay, adapting. Van Meter as a district is constantly adapting to new things, whether that be technology, schedule, students' needs, anything like that. The teachers and the students both do an excellent job of adaptation. We have extremely flexible teachers here. We have extremely flexible students because the students are always putting up with the changes that the teachers implement into their days. So the adapting is one that I feel like Van Meter as a whole, we do a very good job of making sure that vision point is met. The next one, problem solving or solving problems. Okay, I feel like they do an excellent job of implementing that when project-based learning is going on. So the students start with a problem and they base their project around how they can solve that problem. Now, that is only one tiny snippet of the school year, but I do also believe that we could incorporate that more and more as the school year goes on. So the freshman classes have done an excellent job of creating projects for their students to problem solve. For instance, the last one they did with the city planning. Okay, that one, each student or each group of students came up with a different solution to the problem. So making it universal, not exactly one answer to that problem, but making it more, how can we solve this problem in your own way? I think that would be huge for the students to have that skill. The next one, think globally. I would say that this last one here is the hardest to incorporate in my opinion. The first reason being is that it's just thinking about the entire world as a whole and not just what's happening here. So how will a decision that's made here in America affect the rest of the world? Okay, our students typically don't see that. They don't have the know-abouts to be able to determine how that will impact. So that's one of the vision points that I think can be pushed more, and we can push our staff to push the students more to incorporate that at a higher level. Some of the positives when it comes to the district vision points, first of all, the students are beginning to learn the meanings of the vision points. They're becoming more familiar with all of them and not just the word grit, but they are becoming more familiar as a whole. these vision points are centered around getting students college and career ready. So these vision points do a great job of making sure that when the students leave this building, they will have the skills necessary to go on at the next level. I also feel like, especially in my point of view, the teachers are more comfortable incorporating them into their classroom and talking about them, so that they are not just when they bring up the word adapt, the students know exactly what it means, and it's getting a lot better now. And then AIW, IPI, MTSS, project-based learning, all of those little fun acronyms that we have, they all help tie in with the vision points and help make the vision points become more of an everyday kind of thing. And then some things to consider for the upcoming years with the vision points. Not every vision point has the same amount of importance placed on it, I feel. So one thing that feels like is that some of the vision points get more quote-unquote stage time than others do. So just making sure that they are on an equal playing field and all the vision points are seen as equally important would be one thing that we could keep working on. And I think that competency sheet that's on the playbook should be posted in the classrooms for students to see. That way, if they have a couple extra minutes, they're standing by the door waiting to leave or something like that, they read those vision points and they know exactly what the definition for each one was and how that they can meet those. Kind of like standard-based grading, they have this vision point and they know what they can do to improve on those. And then the two that I think we should improve on most are thinking globally and living ethically. I do think those are the hardest two vision points to incorporate on a regular basis. But overall, I feel like the vision points in the 3 years that I've been here have improved tremendously, and they're only going to continue to improve as we move forward. That's all I have. Thank you.